Hey everyone, let's talk about something most of us probably think of as just medical equipment. But I want you to think about them a little differently. Today, we're going to explore how these items are actually a powerful toolkit for independence, for a better quality of life, and for really taking control of your own well-being. So, let's get into it.
You know, this quote right here really nails it. This isn't just about managing a health issue. The real goal is maximum physical independence. And that's not some stuffy clinical term, right? It's about freedom. It's about living life on your own terms. Let's take a look at how these tools actually make that a reality.
All right, first up in our toolkit are the aids for daily independence. These are the absolute essentials that help with the basics. Getting around safely, feeling confident, and not having to rely on someone for every single little thing.
So the wheelchair is probably the most iconic mobility aid out there, and for a really good reason. Its whole purpose is to keep people moving. And the cool thing is, they're not one-size-fits-all anymore. Modern wheelchairs are incredibly customizable, factoring in a person's specific needs, their size and weight, to make them as comfortable and effective as possible.
Okay, with walkers, you've got this interesting choice to make between mobility and stability. If you don't have the strength to constantly lift a walker, then a wheeled one, a rollator, is going to be way easier to just push along. But if you need that rock-solid support and you've got good arm strength, the non-wheeled version is probably your best bet. It's all about matching the tool to what you can do.
And, it's a similar story with canes. On one side, you have your simple, light loop cane, great for a little extra balance. But on the other, you've got the quad base cane. That wider base gives you so much more stability. And here's a bonus, it even stands up on its own. A tiny design change like that can make a massive difference in someone's confidence.
Now, independence isn't just about walking around. For someone who might be bedridden, it's about safety and maintaining a sense of dignity. Things like bedside safety bars are so simple, but they're incredibly effective at preventing falls. And an overbed tray, that can turn a bed from just a place to rest into a space where you can eat, read, or write. That's a huge boost for your mental well-being.
Okay, so we've got moving around covered. But what happens when you've got a specific injury? I mean, how do you support your body so it can actually heal the right way?
Well, that brings us right to our next category of tools, braces and supports. And these aren't just about feeling a little more comfortable. No, they're all about giving your body the structure it needs to heal properly, mostly by stopping you from making movements that could mess things up even more.
This wrist support is a perfect example. If you've ever had that nagging pain from typing all day, or maybe from using power tools, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A brace like this just gently limits how much your wrist can move, which gives those overworked parts a real chance to rest and recover.
And of course, there are supports for pretty much every part of your body. You've got back supports to help with posture, a cervical collar to ease neck pain, and knee braces that provide that crucial stability whether you've got a minor sprain or something more long-term like arthritis. See the pattern? It's all about targeted support to help your body do its job.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. How about we take an even more active role in our own health? This next set of tools is all about monitoring. It's about giving you the power to track your own vital signs right from your own home.
Now, when it comes to blood pressure, which is one of the most important things you can track, you've basically got two main options to choose from.
So the choice here really boils down to accuracy versus convenience. The old school Mercury model, yeah, it's more precise, but it costs more and you kind of need to know what you're doing to use it with a stethoscope. The digital model, on the other hand, is literally as simple as pushing a button. That's why it's the go-to for pretty much everyone at home.
And this right here is just fantastic innovation. A dose alert system is basically an automated pill dispenser that completely takes the guesswork out of taking medication. For anyone who has a complicated schedule or maybe has memory or vision challenges, this thing is an absolute lifesaver. It doesn't just prevent dangerous mistakes, it provides incredible peace of mind for the person using it and for their family.
All right, our final category isn't about managing long-term conditions, but it is just as vital for staying independent. It's all about being prepared for the unexpected. And that is where the humble but mighty first aid kit comes in.
So what is a first aid kit really? Put simply, it's your first line of defense. It's that collection of supplies you need to provide immediate care when something unexpected happens, that crucial first step before a professional can get there.
So what's in the box? Well, first you have your cleanup crew. You need an antiseptic to disinfect cuts, antibiotic cream to keep infection away, some pain relievers for obvious reasons, and maybe some hydrocortisone cream for surprise rashes or bug bites.
Next up, you've got to cover and protect the wound.
So that means you need bandages in all sorts of sizes, sterile gauze for anything bigger than a small cut, tape to hold it all in place, and an elastic bandage is always good to have for sprains.
And finally, you've got the tools of the trade. Tweezers for splinters, a good pair of sharp scissors, safety pins, instant cold packs to bring down swelling, a thermometer, and this one's really important, at least 2 pairs of plastic gloves to keep everything clean and safe.
So when you look at all of this together, from a simple cane to a well-stocked first aid kit, it's pretty clear these aren't just health accessories. They're enablers. They are tools that give us a safer, more confident, and more independent life. And that is a really powerful thing. And that brings me to one final question for you to think about. Beyond all the stuff we've talked about, what other tools or technologies, or maybe even simple life hacks, do you use to live a healthier, more independent life? It's definitely something we can all learn from. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.